Welcome to the Allergen and Product Contamination course. At the end of this course you will be able to know how to prevent, manage, and eliminate allergen cross-contact and cross-contamination with foreign matter to guarantee the safety and quality of all our products. Before we begin, let's get to know some key concepts to better understand the subject. First, allergen. An allergen is a product or ingredient containing certain proteins that can potentially cause severe, occasionally fatal, reactions in a person allergic to those foods. Second, contamination. This is the introduction or presence of a contaminant into a food or food environment. Third, foreign contamination. Any physical material, foreign to the product, that jeopardizes the safety of the product. Other concepts that we need to know are: magnets is a device used to separate metal impurities from the raw material or product, and is a preventive control to avoid metal contamination in the product. Metal detectors. An electronic equipment that allows metal detection when the product passes through the sensors. They help us to detect non-ferrous, stainless steel, and ferrous materials, and is another preventative control to detect metal contamination in the product. Since our customers expect quality and safety in each of our products, we are committed to prevent and avoid any type of contamination in our products. We have policies and procedures that we have to comply with regardless of whether we are employees, visitors, suppliers or contractors. We must remember that safe food means that it will not cause harm to the consumer when it is consumed or prepared according to its use. Now we will look at the different types of contamination that pose a threat to our products. First, we will look at allergen contamination or cross-contact. Although there are 160 foods that cause allergic reactions in people worldwide, the following 9 allergens are identified as the most common in our region. The FDA has labeled these allergens the Big 9. Milk, egg, fish, shellfish, nuts, wheat, peanuts, soy, and sesame seed. Contamination with allergens, or cross-contact, can be very serious, as it can cause the death of a person allergic to one of the foods mentioned above. Food contaminated with an allergen will not have that allergen declared on the label. Therefore, the person eating the product will not be aware of the allergen. The reaction can be a mild reaction. This manifests in the skin as hives, redness, dermatitis, swelling of lips and eyelids. Symptoms such as vomiting, chronic pain, diarrhea, itching of the mouth or throat can also appear, and it can also affect the respiratory system in the form of rhinitis or asthma. A severe reaction. This manifests an anaphylactic reaction. It affects several organs and systems, and can even be fatal. Next, cross-contamination. Cross-contact contamination is specifically related to allergens. Cross-contamination, on the other hand, is the transfer of microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, parasites, pathogens or any harmful substance to food, either in the raw materials or in the finished product. This contamination can also occur with blood when someone has an open wound or if someone contaminates with any bodily fluids such as sweat, saliva or vomit. If this happens, the product must be put on hold to determine what outcome can be achieved, whether the product can be recuperated and used or must be scrapped. Another form of contamination is physical hazards such as glass and metal. Glass is considered a physical hazard according to our food safety program. Therefore, some of the preventive and corrective measures are: applying good manufacturing practices, preventive and corrective maintenance of equipment, maintenance of the facilities, and the constant training of personnel. Remember that the use of glass, ceramics and fragile plastics is strictly forbidden inside the production areas. In addition, as a preventive measure for contamination with foreign metal matter, we have metal detectors and magnets that are placed at strategic points in the process. If we detect any contamination, we must immediately remove the product from the line and notify our supervisor, group leader, and the quality department. Also, it is important to follow up on good manufacturing practices, remembering that it is mandatory for all personnel to comply with them. This includes using PPE and washing hands. It is important to remember that personal items such as cell phones, caps, any type of jewelry, medicines, and others prohibited items are not allowed in the production area. In addition, raw materials must be inspected at the time they are received at the company. Other ways in which we can avoid contamination of our products are as follows. When there is a change of product equipment, materials and tools must be thoroughly washed, disinfected and inspected. A swab test will be done to ensure the equipment is allergen-free. The swab test detects the presence of allergen particles on the equipment, and if the test does not pass, the equipment must be washed again. Inspecting ingredients, raw materials and finished products. Do not bring food and beverages into production, storage and process areas. Separate the material that present a contamination risk. Quality must be notified so they can initiate the hold tag procedure. Follow product formulas, standards and company policies. Report any sightings of contamination of foreign contamination, allergens, body fluids, blood, saliva, sweat or vomit, and cross-contamination in the product. Finally, report individuals who are violating company rules and policies. But how does contamination of our products affect us? All contamination incidents affect the company economically, either because the product must be recalled, reworked or disposed of in the trash. It is also a very serious situation to have a recall. This is done when there is a quality problem that puts the consumer's life at risk. This is a mandatory action of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA. A recall can have a negative economic impact and damages the company's image and credibility with customers and consumers. However, it is our responsibility to our consumers to recall bad product. In conclusion, contamination in our products directly affects our consumers, so it is very important that we are attentive to the quality in each of our products. Remember that you are the most important part of taking care of the quality and safety of our products. Thank you.